Yes, Joshua Phi Saunders, known as King Cobra JFS, passed away at 34. He was found unconscious in his Casper, Wyoming apartment, likely due to health issues linked to his documented substance abuse struggles. Fans are grieving, but some online rumors should be taken cautiously as details remain unclear. Substance abuse, like what Joshua Phi Saunders struggled with, can wreak havoc on the body and mind. It often leads to organ damage, liver failure, heart issues, or respiratory problems, depending on the substance. Chronic use messes with brain chemistry, causing addiction, memory loss, or mental health disorders like depression or anxiety. Physically, it can lead to malnutrition, weakened immunity, or overdoses, which might have been a factor in his case. Socially, it isolates people, ruins relationships, and tanks livelihoods. Long-term, it's a downward spiral. Health declines, risks stack up, and without intervention, it's often fatal, as we've seen. If you're digging deeper, specific substances have different effects, but the outcome's usually grim without help. Addiction's effects are brutal. It hijacks the brain, making you crave more despite the harm. Physically, it can destroy organs. Alcohol trashes your liver, opioids wreck your respiratory system, and stimulants like meth strain your heart. You might see weight loss, infections, or chronic fatigue. Mentally, it fuels anxiety, depression, and paranoia while fogging your thinking and memory. Socially, it burns bridges. Friends, family, jobs, all gone as the substance takes priority. Financial ruin's common too, as money funnels into feeding the habit. Over time, tolerance builds, so you need more to feel normal, upping the risk of overdose or death. Recovery's possible, but tough. Without it, addiction's a slow-motion train wreck. Whippets, or nitrous oxide, can be especially risky. When abused, they mess with oxygen flow to the brain, causing dizziness, blackouts, or even brain damage over time. Josh Saunders, known as King Cobra JFS, reportedly used them heavily, and long-term use can fry your nervous system, leading to numbness, weakness, or coordination issues. It also screws with vitamin B12 levels, which can cause anemia or neurological problems. Inhaling straight from canisters risks lung damage or asphyxiation. For someone already battling substance issues, Whippets likely worsened his health, possibly contributing to his death, though exact details on that are still unclear. It's a rough combo with other substances. There are reports that Joshua Phi Saunders, known as King Cobra JFS, was found unconscious in his Casper, Wyoming apartment with blue lips, which points to possible oxygen deprivation or overdose. Blue lips are a serious sign, often tied to respiratory failure, heart issues, or drug toxicity, especially with substances like opioids or nitrous oxide, which he was known to abuse. These details align with unverified accounts from neighbors about the scene, but no official coroner's report has confirmed the exact cause. The rumor's plausible given his history, but it's still murky without hard evidence. It's a grim picture either way. Oh, that's a wild one. There's no solid evidence I can find to back up rumors that Joshua Phi Saunders' ex-girlfriend poisoned him with water lily seeds. The claim floats around online, but it's mostly speculation without hard proof. Water lily seeds can be toxic in large amounts, potentially causing nausea, seizures, or heart issues, but there's no confirmed report tying them to his death. Given his history of substance abuse, like whippets and alcohol, those are more likely culprits for his passing, especially with reports of him being found unconscious with blue lips. Without an official coroner's report, it's all just gossip. I chalk this up to internet rumor mills running wild. People do love a dramatic story, don't they? From what I can tell, yes, Joshua Phi Saunders, King Cobra JFS, is dead. It's not just internet rumors. There are consistent reports from neighbors who found him unconscious in his Casper, Wyoming apartment, with some mentioning grim details like blue lips, which point to something serious like an overdose or oxygen deprivation. His long history of substance abuse, including whippets, alcohol, and tobacco, makes these reports plausible. The lack of an official coroner's statement keeps things a bit hazy, but the volume of similar accounts leans toward this being real, not just chatter. That said, the wilder stuff, like the water lily seed poisoning rumor, lacks any solid backing and feels like typical online sensationalism. It's sad, but his lifestyle pointed to this for a while. There's no solid evidence pointing to Joshua Phi Saunders' homemade mead as a cause of his death, so I wouldn't put much stock in that theory either. He was known for brewing his own booze, but homemade mead, if done wrong, might cause food poisoning or botulism. Nasty, but rarely fatal unless you're already in rough shape. Given his heavy substance abuse, like whippets, alcohol, and tobacco, those are far more likely to have led to his death, especially with reports of him being found unconscious with blue lips, which screams overdose or oxygen deprivation. No official report has mentioned mead poisoning, and the chatter about it feels like more internet speculation, much like the water lily seed rumor. His lifestyle was a ticking time bomb, so while mead could have been a factor, it's not high on the list without more proof. People are really grabbing at straws with these theories, aren't they? Yeah, based on what's out there, Joshua Phi Saunders, or King Cobra JFS, is almost certainly dead. Reports from neighbors about finding him unconscious in his Casper, Wyoming apartment, combined with his well-documented substance abuse issues like heavy drinking, whippets, and smoking, paint a believable picture. The blue lips detail suggests something like an overdose or oxygen deprivation, which fits his lifestyle. The Internet Chronicle mentioned neighbors hearing a clatter and finding him in a bad state, convulsing and foaming. That's not the kind of thing people just make up consistently across sources. Without an official coroner's report, there's still a sliver of doubt, but the evidence leans hard toward him being gone. The mead and water lily seed theories, pure speculation, no traction. It's sad, but his choices caught up with him. People are still spinning tall tales, but the core story holds up. Yeah, it really is heartbreaking. Rest in peace, Cobes. He had a rough journey, but his story touched a lot of folks. It's a tough loss.